Hola love bugs, and welcome to this tutorial for the Get On and Achieve at Life Planner, also known as the Goal Planner, designed to help you determine, plan, and accomplish your goals. So let's get started. With this planner, you receive 3 different cover designs to choose from, and you can switch them up whenever you want. So first we have the welcome page, which simply states, "Welcome to the Get On and Achieve at Life Planner." This planner is designed for entrepreneurs and individuals who are ready to create the life of their desires by structuring it around goals and actions. Dreams are from when you sleep, and goals are what you work towards. I look forward to helping you build a prosperous future and creating generational wealth. Let go! The next page is a calendar for the year to assist you with making your deadlines and planning around important dates. There are 5 phases to a goal. First is creation, in which you will determine what your goals are and write them down in addition to saying them out loud, because words have power and you want to begin speaking them into existence. The second phase is conducting your due diligence, where you will research the necessary steps needed in completing your goals. The third phase is initiation, where you will prepare or obtain any preliminary items needed to complete your goals. The fourth phase is implementation, in which you will complete your subsidiary task list for each goal. And last but not least is the completion phase, where you can be proud of yourself and mark your goals as finished and reap the rewards of your successes. The purpose of this goal planner is to guide you through each phase. So, hugs and kisses on your journey of elevation, Boo Bear. Then we have the written instructions page, which you can refer back to at any time. The next page helps you create your vision and determine your overall goals, which I like to refer to as your end destination, which you will write in the box at the bottom of the page. For example, mine is to own a chain of boutique hotels on exotic islands. And don't be afraid to aim for the moon, because if you miss it, you'll still be amongst the stars. Go big or go home, honey. You will continue creating your vision on the next page and breaking down your end goal into what your 1 year goal is. And in the next box, you will dictate to yourself, what is your why? For example, mine is, in the words of Cardi B, because I grew up broke and I'm not trying to die broke. Most importantly, be honest with yourself in this section. Now we will begin to break our 1 year goal down into more attainable, smaller goals within the 6 sectors of our lives, which consist of career changes or enhancements, religious or spiritual goals, financial and or credit goals, personal habits to break, personal habits to create, and fitness/health goals. And on this page, you will also determine your deadlines for each goal. Next is the goal action page, and you can print as many as you need, and each page fits an action plan for a total of 3 goals. On this page, you will create an action plan for each goal you determined in the previous section. You will start with writing the goal in the title, then declare the duration of time it will take you to complete by determining its start date and its finish date, which will be the deadline you previously dictated. Then fill in each action step you will need to do in order to complete the goal. And you can check off a progress bar box as you make your way through the process. Each box equates to a 20% incremental completion rate, or 1/5. The next section will be your deadlines overview page, and you will need 3 different color pens to complete it. I have updated this page so the legend at the top of it is already there, and you just have to check off each box with its correlating color. For example, in this demonstration, I am using a black pen for the start month, a blue one for the end/deadline month, and a pencil for the begins and ends in the same month because I didn't have a red one. You will put the title of each goal in the month you will begin it, for example, with the black pen. Then you will write it in the month you will have it completed by, for example, with the blue pen. If a goal is to begin and end in the same month, then you will only have to write it once with this correlating color. And in this example, it would have been the pencil. So I'm going to pause really quick just to say, I know this may have seemed like a lot so far, but this is going to be the roadmap for your year. And if you don't have a plan, then honey, you have already planned to fail. Now, let's move on to how to create your month's plan, which will continue to break your goals down into smaller steps. Begin by filling in the month and year at the top of the page. Then you will enter in your goals, which have been limited to 4, to keep you from biting off more than you can chew and making yourself inefficient. These goals can be one of your major goals or one of the subsidiary tasks that may have many steps to it. For instance, writing my second book, I will need to get it published, which is a major task with many steps in itself. So that could be one of my goals for the month. However, here I used credit repair as the example. You will then put the deadline for the goal. At the bottom of the page, you will fill in your 30-day challenge, which will consist of one of the habits you are trying to create or break. And under that, you will determine this month's savings goal. Next, we will create our monthly budget. You will start by entering all sources of your expected income in the estimated column, which you can see I made a mistake with. So make space for it next to each income source, along with entering its expected date in the last column. Throughout the month, as you receive the income, you will list it in the actual column. Add your estimated income up and enter the total amount in the designated box at the top of the page and the 2 boxes at the bottom of the page labeled income. Then go through each section and enter your expenses with the expected amount in the budget column, and as the month proceeds, place in the actual amount spent in the actual column. Once you are done with entering your expenses, grab a calculator and add them up and place the total in the 2 boxes at the bottom labeled expenses. Deduct your total expenses from your total income and enter the amount in the box labeled net income, which is also your excess income. And also enter it in the 2 boxes labeled excess funds on the bottom right hand side. Enter your savings goal amount in its labeled box along with the amount of time you have to accumulate it broken down into weeks in the corresponding box. Do the math by dividing your savings goals by the weeks and place the amount in the 2 boxes labeled required weekly savings. Finally, deduct your required weekly savings from your excess funds and enter the available funds to spend, which will be your monthly spending budget or allowance that is not allocated to your monthly obligations. Now we will complete our week's plan. Start by entering the date at the top of the page, then enter your goals, which can be done in the same manner as your month's plan. So you can choose a major goal or its subsidiary tasks depending on their complexity. Enter their deadline and create your task list, which will be carried over to your daily agendas. As you complete them, mark them off as completed. In the next box, you can place this week's upcoming events or reminders. In the bottom box, place your 30-day challenge again. Next, we have the weekly fitness planner page. Begin by entering the week's dates at the top of the page. For each day, you can decide if it will be a liquids only or juicing day, a low calorie or high calorie day, a cheat day, or a day with 1 meal. In the next column, you can plan your workout routine with the options of cardio, legs, arms and chest, yoga or Pilates, or a day of rest. Each day has 8 bottles of water, which you can check off throughout the day to ensure you are getting your needed water intake. At the bottom of the page, it has a place for you to record your body's measurements and weight at both the beginning and end of the week, and to calculate your weight gain or loss. To assist in your health and fitness goals, in addition to your budgeting goals, we have a weekly menu planner where you can plan your meals for each day and calculate your calorie intake. Once you plan your meals, you can easily transfer your needed food items over to the shopping list section with an estimated total cost at the bottom of the column. Finally, we have the daily agenda planner page, which you will need to print 7 of these each week. Start by entering the date and checking off the day of the week at the top of the page. Then enter which day you are on for your 30-day challenge. Enter any appointments you may have in the designated section, and then write your affirmation for the day and repeat it out loud at least 10 times to speak it into existence. Then place the 2 goals you will work on completing this day, which will come from your goals task list on the weekly planner page. Fill in the detailed steps, which will essentially be simple to complete as you have now broken your big vision down into smaller achievable steps. At the bottom of the page, fill in your to-do list, which will have nothing to do with your goals, but basic things you need to complete, like picking up your dry cleaners. There is also a section for you to jot down notes. Do not focus on trying to fill the page, but instead focus on being calculated and efficient with your time throughout the day. We all have the same 24 hours in a day that Beyonce does. Now, for the weekly recap. Here you will acknowledge the things you completed and hold yourself accountable for the things you did not and where you need to pick up the slack. Record what you have saved and how much you have left to acquire. Enter your weight from last week and this week. Then acknowledge the habits you have created and broken through your 30-day challenges. With this Goals Planner download, you will receive a notes page that you can fill in and print as needed. And the last step is arranging your pages into a binder to keep yourself organized. Start by placing your chosen cover in the front plastic sleeve. Then 3-hole punch your pages when you are ready to file them away. You can either carry the binder with you daily or keep your current week's pages with you in a folder. Then file them away when you sit down to plan out your following week. I hope this planner helps you tackle your goals as it has helped me. Stay focused, hustle, and motivate. Thank you for watching. Peace and love, love bugs.